It's 5:48. I've got my friend Benjamage's stream going on, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the themes. And at this point in the video, I'm just gonna like kind of spurl out my thoughts and then kind of make a script from there. So right now, what is going on in my brain is we are thinking about guilt and shame, because like towards the end of, and like full spoilers, this point in the video we are talking full spoilers, guilt and shame, like the themes of guilt and shame and how they manifested for Odysseus, like in terms of what he did in Troy and how that delayed him getting to Ithaca, and how guilt and shame and returning that to the sender for him not properly burying the soldiers other than Sino that we saw. And when he finally returns Sino's voting card to the suitor brother, from what I understand from this first watch, I'm still like taking everything in. That's why I haven't done my letterbox review yet. I mean, it's literally like 5 minutes since I've been home. Like that theme of returning the shame to the sender, whether it's from yourself or from your ally to your opponent, or from your friend to someone who's done them wrong, is such a beautiful sentiment, such beautiful writing from Christopher Nolan and the other writers. And that's such a beautiful thing. Like, and like maybe when I do more scripting, like find the like parallels from my life to like this story, because I like to like these stories are objective in like what they're trying to tell for the characters, but they're also like subjective in what you see for yourself. So I like to see like the parallels in my life to what's happening in the story. So finding the relatability in Odysseus and that angst that he feels for 26 plus years journey home, for just finding the idea to get into Troy, and what all the other soldiers do around him in that pillaging of Troy. That pillaging of Troy affecting his psyche in the manifestations of the gods that he sees, or maybe he does see in this Greek mythology. Whichever way you do see it, he really does go through it in this journey home to Ithaca, and then has to battle all these suitors after not eating properly and not like, I mean, I'm mansplaining the movie, but that essentially the power of shame sending you through those mental hoops is crazy, when you can just go to the root of the cause. Easier said than done, but I remember when I had my own personal journey and my own time to apologize and deal with shame and guilt. Brene Brown was a great resource, and that's like I think one of the cliche authors on guilt and shame, but that helped me in counseling and therapy. Her TED Talk and her books, and maybe I'll link some down below, but yeah. And when in the end conversation between Anne Hathaway and Matt Damon, Odysseus and his partner, after being away for so long, in the end dually having a conversation with Athena, that duality of apologizing to Athena and his promise to his wife to keep the law of Zeus there, and facing the reality that he is the stranger from the sea coming in and breaking all the law and order that he had once held so holy. So another theme there is the honor of that land and that time, that you didn't offer a gift, a peace offering, and then go and strike someone in the back. And that haunted Odysseus and his men for so long. And I think that that's something so refreshing to see in our day and age, just portrayed for maybe some new generations coming up, that it isn't about and some older generations that have perpetrated these narratives, that, you know, honor doesn't mean anything. It's yeah, and this is like a, you know, multi-thousand-year-old story, but just told so well. And mastery. Another thing I was thinking through the whole movie is that Christopher Nolan and Emma Thomas and the whole team, like, this is like masterfully done. This is like almost like, not almost, like by the hand of God, that it's like shot so well, and just written so well and casted so well and meticulously put together. You know, and who am I to say that? But, you know, at a certain point, you, even though the person to your right doesn't wear deodorant and the person to your left just came from dinner, from a very fragrant dinner, and the person to your bottom left is on their phone, and the person to your bottom right is dropping their popcorn, you're so locked into the movie that you barely notice that everyone around you is fidgeting somehow, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy. And yes, I did notice those things for the first like 5 minutes, but you know, then after that, you're just like, you're kind of comatose, and then you're like, this is the reason why you go to the movie theater, because like, if the movie's that good, you actually forget, like, it's supposed to wisp you away from everything and take you to ancient Greece, seen through the eyes of modern times, and Greek mythology, because like, yes, there's been like people who are like, this isn't like how it was, and like, how is it supposed to be how it was? It's like through the perspective of so many people in so many ways, and I don't think trying to make it historically accurate to gods that may or may not have existed, if people still prescribe to Greek mythology. All due respect. I'm going on a crazy tangent here, but just that whole like, this isn't historically accurate thing, I'll never prescribe to. Aside from that, yeah, like, just wholly meticulous, wholly, you're so taken aback, like, this is actually happening, that person just got knocked in the head by an oar, or like whatever's going on in the movie. Just so much reverence for telling a damn good story, that you get knocked in the head with an oar of like plot and narrative and cinematography. You can tell I'm like coming off a high of seeing this movie. Yeah. I had to like just stop and think and like spit out my thoughts before I like write them down in a script. I may just put this like halfway through the video and like not even edit it, because all due respect, sometimes that's the best thing to do. By the way, they gave me like a film reel poster, IMAX collector's edition. I don't know what to call it, but it's not cut in the character size of most promotional posters, because today is not the day the Odyssey comes out. It comes out tomorrow in North America. So let's see this thing. Holy lines here, so the lighting's a little different. Woo, look at that. Now that is going in a frame. Scripting, so we'll cut, like, I am so excited. Let's go. This is gonna be a very cool movie. Over 3 hours of 70mm IMAX experience. I'm getting to see it in IMAX. What is an Odyssey? Like, what are we talking about in terms of journeys, in terms of the movie itself, and just in general? Yeah, that's what we talked about this morning. I got up at 2 a.m. I started editing. I had been sent videos and photos and voice messages for my grandmother. It's her 80th birthday. Now, 80 years, 8 decades of life experience culminated into one event. That is something I'm trying to make into a slideshow, a video and audio presentation. Now, this video and audio presentation I've been working on for over a week. Here and there, I have a day job and I'm an assistant to a producer. So I'm working 2 jobs and then running my own production company and doing on-set work, doing quite a few things. So, I mean, while doing all of that, I'm doing quite a bit. Because you do that while social life, while this, while that. It's quite a bit of activity. Maybe that in itself is the Odyssey. I don't even know what this video is about. I'm just decided to get on and test this camera, which it looks like crazy. For talking about decades, like 8 decades of life, 1 decade of life is how long I had my previous camera. Like I got, what is it, 2026? I got the Canon T5i in 2015. So 11 years of using the Canon T5i, and then that broke. I got a lot of water damage. So I got the lovely opportunity to be a filmmaker without a camera. And let's just break that down for a second. A filmmaker without a camera, like coming out of film school without a camera was like funny, first of all, because you could do set work, you could produce, you could PA, but you couldn't really experiment with like a lot of things in terms of filming yourself. I mean, I had a webcam and OBS. There's creative ways to write, and you always find a creative workaround, but this is really a full circle moment of having a camera again. The camera in question is a Sony mirrorless, and I am just very, very blessed and happy to be able to use this camera to track my journey onwards from July 16th, 2026 onwards. Yeah, which, whew, I've been busting my butt. Like, I don't know how to put it into perspective for you guys, because it's been like a little bit since I've been documenting my journey, which I guess I haven't really. I mean, like, there's been like a little bit about, like, I went to Camp Flognaw, I went to, it's been here and there, so I guess like we'll fill in the gaps, but maybe this will be the first like kind of map in the ground, flag in the ground of like where we'll start documenting kind of, I don't know, process some landmark things. There was a retail store that was closing, and we bought, when I say we a lot when referring to myself, we bought wholesale quite a few items from the closing store. Some receipt machines, some filing cabinets. We'll do a whole video on that for like very inexpensive prices. I've gotten just a lot of new energy coming my way in the means of a new camera, a new vehicle, some new runners, to reinforce like some new habits. I've been exercising more frequently, going on hikes, going to the gym in the morning, being outside more, going to see more movies, reading more. This has been a lot of trying to do more. With that comes more stress. What else can I say? I guess in the sense of creativity, so much input can be bad. Taking in like so many video essays and so much music and so many TV shows. Sometimes I drive without music, just because if there's always intake and no silence, that can be bad. This will become more structured as it goes along, and I'm sure in the edit this will be more structured too, but I'm super excited to share with you my vision for what this channel will become in the next year, in the next 2 years, in the next 5 years, in the next 7 years, and how this camera will allow me to have more agency over that, over my own image, over the channel's image, and over what content I can make, because I've been locked to more content that's more vault, like from the vault from years ago, which has been fun to edit, but I'm looking to create new things from my mind and what has been on my mind lately. So I'm super excited to do that and put that out there.